Thank you, viewers. I am Tutor Clet Sokoli. Today's class will be based on Olympiad math question as it is written on the board. If x raised to power 10 is equal to 400, what is the value of x? Watch the video to the end. Like my video for more viewers to see it. Then, let us dive in. Solution to the question. Our intention in the question is to get the value of x, and that is x to the power of x to the power of 10 is equal to 400. That is what is given. The first thing I want to do, I want to multiply both sides of the equation by power 10. In other words, I want to multiply the exponent by power 10 by 10. I want to multiply the exponent by 10. And that means I will now have x to the power 10 multiplied by 10. This is what I have by the left, and by the right I will have 400 multiplied by power 10. So I am multiplying the exponents by 10, or multiplying by power 10 to both sides of the equation. When this happens, I want you to see that 400 can be written as 20 raised to 2. So I'm going to represent my 400 as 20 to the power 2. This will now also mean to me that, but before that, let us see that if x raised to n is also raised to n, it is the same thing by law of indices as x raised to power n multiplied by n multiplied by n. What it implies is that the power inside the bracket will multiply by the power outside the bracket, and that is called exponential law of multiplication. That is multiplication law of indices. So, doing that, applying this power function law, I will use 10 to multiply x to the power 10. And when that happens, what I will get is x to the power of 10, then that is 10 multiplied by x, then 10x, then to the power of 10, equal to, remember I said I will write my 400 as 20, which is 20, then raised to power 2, still raised to power 10. What I have simply done is that, first and foremost, I multiply both sides of the exponential values by 10. Next, I put 400 in index form, which is 20 raised to power 2. And by the left hand side, I multiply x to the power 10 by 10. And it is now giving me 10x raised to power 10. That is where I am now. Moving forward, what I will have next is, I can write if I have x raised to power ab, I can put it as x raised to power a all multiplied by b. That is still the same law here, which is called the power law of indices. So, meaning that by the left hand side, I can still write it as x to power 10, everything multiplied by x to power 10, okay? I have separated it, put the first part into the bracket, and then the second part outside the bracket. And by the right hand side, because the power inside the bracket can multiply the one outside the bracket, as it is written here by the right hand side, I can therefore say 2 inside the bracket can multiply with 10 outside the bracket, giving me by the right hand side 20 raised to power 20. At this point in time, we have achieved something so significant. And what is that? That by the left hand side, the base is the same as the power. And by the right hand side, the base is the same as the power. Meaning that by law of indices, if you are given a raised to a equal to b raised to b. It means that the bases are equal, therefore a is equal to b. Okay? That is a law in indices. Now, my base by the left hand side is 10 to the power 10. Sorry, x to the power 10. While my power is also x to the power 10 by the left hand side. And by the right hand side, my base is 20 and the power is also 20. It therefore concludes for us that the base by the left is equal to the base by the right hand side. And also you can say that the power of the left hand side is equal to the power by the right hand side. Therefore, we write that x, which is the base, to the power 10 is equal to 20, which is the base by the right hand side. Therefore, to now know the value of x, I will multiply both sides of the exponent. This 20 is the same thing as 20 raised to power 1. Therefore, I will multiply both sides of the exponent by 1 over 10. And my interest is to get rid of the power 10. So, I put it as x to the power 10 multiplied by 1 all over 10. And by the right, I do the same thing. 20 to the power 1 multiplied by 1 all over 10, which will still give me 1 over 10. Beautiful. At this point, the left hand side will now be 10 multiplied by 1 over 10 is 10 over 10, which is 1. So I can now write x, and anything, if I have a to the power 1, it is equal to a. Therefore, 2 to the power 1 is equal to 2. So, 10 multiplied by 1 over 10 will simply give me 1. And therefore, x raised to the power 1 is just x. And that is what we have left by the left hand side. And by the right hand side, the value, which is 20 to raised to the power 1 over 10, can still be written as the 10th root of 20. Final value and the answer as it is given. That we should find the value of x. Therefore, the value of x is equal to 10th root of 20. Let us see that the answer is correct by substituting the value of x into the given question. And what is the given question? We are given x raised to 10 equal to 400. Anywhere I see x, I write 10th root of 20. But remember that 10th root of 20 is same as 20 raised to the power 10. So if I use 20 raised to the power 1 over 10, rather, 20 raised to the power 1 over 10, it is the same thing as using the 10th root of 20. Therefore, here, I will write 20 raised to the power 1 over 10. That is 10th root of 20 for this base x. Then the power also has 20 to the power of 1 over 10. Then I still have it power 10. Everything here is equal to 400. Our interest is that after evaluating the left hand side, that the answer we will get will be the same as what we have by the right hand side, which is 400. And what have we done? We have replaced the value of x, which is 20 to power 1 over 10. Raised to power x, 20 to power 1 over 10. Then raised to power 10. That is this 10. Mass is life. Then, from the power side, 20 to power 1 over 10 multiplied by 10 is the same as 20 raised to power 10 over 10, which is the same as 20 raised to power 1. So, solving the whole of this is simply going to give me 1. That is, 10 over 10 is 1. So, and therefore, 20 raised to power 1 is 20. So, solving the whole of this is going to give me 20, not just 1. 20 raised to power 1 over 10 times 10, power 10, is going to give me simply 20. So, I write it like this. 20 raised to power 1 over 10. Then, outside the bracket is now left with 20. As we have it here, 20 raised to power 1, which is just 20. And it is equal to 400. Beautiful. We are still evaluating the left to see if it will be equal with the right. But then, 1 over 10 multiplied by 20 is 10 times 20 over 10, which is equal to 2. So, evaluating the whole of this side will now give me 20 raised to power 2 equal to 400. The question should be now, is 20 raised to power 2 equal to 400? And the answer is yes, that 20 raised to power 2 is 400, which is equal to 400. Authenticating that the value of x, which we got here to be 10th root of 20, or simply put 20 raised to power 1 over 10, is very correct. Therefore, we now come here and say that x is equal to 10th root of 20, or 20 raised to power 1 all over 10. Final answer. Thank you for watching this brief video. I encourage you, subscribe to my channel, like my videos for more people to have access to it. God bless you.